Some places are not merely destinations. They are a point in time where nature and history intertwine to create something larger than life. This is the story of Malta, a small island that for 7,000 years has been the heart of the Mediterranean. But this journey is not just about seeing ancient fortresses and turquoise waters. It is a voyage into the rocks and the stories, where wars and miracles have shaped the face of a nation. This is a place where silence speaks of history, and beauty displays its power. Are you ready to step into this ancient world? The journey begins where history was forged in stone and defiance. Few places on Earth hold as much history in such a small space. Malta's Grand Harbour is not merely a picturesque port. For centuries, it has been the island's gateway and its battleground. At its heart lies the city of Valletta, a rare feat in the 16th century. A city fully planned before the first stone was laid. It was built as a military stronghold following the Great Siege of 1565, where just 8,000 knights and Maltese warriors held off 40,000 Ottoman invaders. Their victory secured Malta's place as a bastion of Christianity. And in response, Valletta rose from the ashes. Its grid-like streets, fortified walls, and defensive bastions were all designed to repel any future attacks. But Valletta was not just built for war. Its layout channels Mediterranean breezes, naturally cooling its limestone walls. A small but brilliant design choice that still works today. However, the true soul of the Grand Harbour lies beyond Valletta, in the three cities of Vittoriosa, Senglea, and Cospicua. These were the original naval strongholds of Malta, where the Knights of St. John first took refuge. Vittoriosa, Birgu, served as their first capital, its ancient waterfront lined with some of Malta's oldest buildings, predating even the knights themselves. During the Great Siege, the Ottoman forces focused their heaviest attacks on these three cities. Yet they endured. Centuries later, in World War II, Malta became the most bombed place on Earth. With over 6,700 bombs dropped in just 2 months. Yet Malta persevered, earning the George Cross for bravery. An honor that remains on the national flag today. Perched above Senglea, the Gorola Watchtower stands as a silent guardian over the harbor. Its carvings of an eye and an ear symbolize Malta's eternal vigilance against invaders. In Vittoriosa, legends whisper of a ghost from the Great Siege at Fort St. Angelo. A spectral knight, still seen patrolling the walls at night. Beyond the three cities, Malta's coastline is lined with fortresses that have become cinematic backdrops. Fort Ricasoli, Europe's largest bastion fort, has been featured in films like Gladiator, Troy, and Game of Thrones, while Fort Manuel's star-shaped walls still echo the legacy of the knights. Step through the gates of a city that lives in quiet reverence for its storied past. Perched on a hilltop, Mdina stands as a timeless guardian of Malta's past. Stepping through its stone arches feels like entering a different era. This ancient walled city served as Malta's capital for over 2,000 years. With fortifications dating back to the Phoenicians around 700 BC, making it one of the oldest walled cities in Europe. Over time, it was shaped by every major civilization to touch the island. The Romans expanded it, the Arabs reshaped it, and the Normans gave it a new face. Its narrow lanes twist and turn, offering glimpses of carved balconies and quiet, sunlit alleys that have remained unchanged for centuries. With only a few hundred residents and no cars allowed for the public, a profound stillness permeates the area, earning it the name, the Silent City. At its center, St. Paul's Cathedral was built on the spot where St. Paul is believed to have met Malta's Roman governor after his shipwreck. And just around the corner, Palazzo Falsone offers a glimpse into the lives of Malta's nobility with its preserved rooms and eclectic collections. Discover the heart of coastal life where ancient traditions are mirrored in the quiet dance between light and water. Marsaxlokk may seem like a quiet fishing village, but its waters have seen centuries of trade and tradition. Over 2,700 years ago, the Phoenicians first landed here, leaving a legacy reflected in the gentle sway of the Luzzu boats. Their bold reds, blues, and yellows stand out against the harbor's calm surface. Look closer, and you'll spot the Eye of Osiris painted on their bows, an ancient Phoenician symbol still believed to protect fishermen from danger at sea. Every Sunday, the village comes to life as Malta's most famous fish market takes over the waterfront. Just beyond Marsaxlokk, the cliffs open to reveal the Blue Grotto. A series of sea caves where sunlight and water meet in a dazzling display. When the angle is just right, the sea glows an almost otherworldly shade of blue. These caves were once a refuge for pirates, but now attract explorers of a different kind. Even more secluded is the Coral Lagoon, one of Malta's best-kept secrets. Tucked away in the limestone cliffs, this sea cave is only reachable by kayak or a steep climb. But those who make the effort are rewarded with a perfectly round opening above, where sunlight streams in, illuminating the crystal clear water below. Comino, the Blue Island. Here, an island of profound stillness reveals a wild, pristine beauty that defies its small size. Malta isn't just one island, it's a trio. The archipelago consists of Malta, Gozo, and the tiny island of Comino. This tiny island, floating between Malta and Gozo, feels like a world apart. At just 3.5 square kilometers, it's the smallest of Malta's three main islands. But its raw, untouched beauty makes it one of Malta's most pristine escapes. In fact, in recent years, it has had just one permanent resident. But don't let its stillness fool you. In the days of the Knights of St. John, it was used as a private hunting ground. The island's one major historic structure, St. Mary's Tower, was built in the 1600s to watch for pirate ships. A sturdy reminder of Malta's centuries-long fight to defend its shores. However, Comino is best known for something more peaceful, the Blue Lagoon. The crystal-clear turquoise water is so pure that boats seem to hover in mid-air. It's a protected marine area, so motorboats are limited, giving swimmers and snorkelers a chance to enjoy the water without disruption. Behold the monuments that defy time, built by hands guided by faith and mystery. Near Mdina, another marvel stands, equally historic, but far more dramatic. The Rotunda Church in Mosta, with its massive dome inspired by the Pantheon in Rome, is one of the largest unsupported domes in Europe. It was built entirely by Maltese craftsmen without any steel reinforcement. But the true story here is what happened in 1942, during a wartime air raid. When a 500-kilogram bomb fell through the dome while 300 people were gathered inside for mass. It didn't explode. That moment became known as the Miracle of Mosta, and a replica of the bomb is still on display today. In the heart of Gozo, the Ġgantija temples are a 5,500-year-old enigma. Older than Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids by over 1,000 years. Legend says that giants built them, a plausible tale given the sheer size of the limestone blocks, some weighing over 50 tons. Ġgantija was more than a temple. It was likely a place for fertility rituals, as archaeologists have uncovered figurines of mother goddesses inside. Gozo, the quieter sibling. Cross the waters to a realm where tranquil hills conceal an epic history and a deep-rooted spirit. Beyond Comino's secluded shores, another island rises on the horizon. Gozo. Larger, greener, and steeped in legend, Gozo feels like a world of its own. It's often seen as Malta's quieter, more traditional sibling. Where rolling hills replace bustling streets and ancient traditions still shape daily life. One of the island's oldest traditions still in practice is sea salt harvesting at the Saida salt pans. These shallow pools, carved directly into the limestone coastline, have been used for over 350 years to naturally extract salt from seawater. The Pinu Basilica is one of Malta's most revered pilgrimage sites. It's nestled in a remote part of the island and surrounded by rolling countryside. The silence here feels intentional. From its steps, you can see the island unfold in every direction. Farmland, stone walls, and that unmistakable Gozitan calm. In the center of Gozo is Victoria, which locals still call Rabat. The town's highlight is the Citadel. This ancient hilltop fortress traces its roots back thousands of years and offers stunning panoramic views of the island. Its darkest chapter came in 1551, when Ottoman corsairs raided Gozo and enslaved nearly the entire population. The fortress was rebuilt and reinforced afterward by the Knights of St. John. Inside, you can visit the old prison where misbehaving knights once left behind graffiti that still marks the stone walls. Dwejra Bay and geological wonders stand at the edge of the known world, where geological forces have sculpted a landscape of awe and mystery. Gozo's western coast feels like a different world, rugged, remote, and shaped entirely by nature. Dwejra Bay is a geological wonder shaped over millions of years. The bay is surrounded by towering cliffs and rugged rock formations, many laced with fossils, a reminder that this whole area was once a prehistoric seabed. Until 2017, Dwejra was home to the famous Azure Window, a colossal limestone arch and one of Malta's most iconic landmarks, which collapsed during a storm. One of the most surreal sights here is the inland sea, a quiet, shallow lagoon that sits just inland, separated from the open Mediterranean by a single narrow tunnel. This 80-meter passage, hollowed out by centuries of wave erosion, now serves as a gateway to the sea. Watching over it all is Dwejra Tower, coastal lookout built by the Knights of St. John in the 17th century. But perhaps the most curious landmark in Dwejra is Fungus Rock. To the Knights of St. John, this massive limestone outcrop was priceless, believed to host a rare medicinal plant.